In today's video, I'm giving you a little Christmas jingle in July as we look back over some of my favorite past Christmas designs, and we'll talk about one of my least favorites as well. Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by Lifestyle with Melonie Graves, where I share stylish and creative ideas to help you do what makes you happy in your home. Today's video is going to be a fun one. I'm going to give you a little Christmas jingle in July. I don't think I have ever done a Christmas in July video for you, so I'm excited to do this for a couple reasons. One, we're going to take a trip down memory lane. I'll talk about some of my favorite Christmas designs from the past and a couple that I would probably not revisit in the future. And then if you stay tuned until the end of the video, I'm going to give you a preview of this year's garland. If you've been here for a while, you know that I am a sucker for gorgeous garlands. And normally when I'm ready to share the garlands, they're not available anymore. So the ones I'm sharing today are available, and because it's July, they're on sale. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I think it's only fitting to start with one of my all-time favorite Christmas designs. This was my 2021 Christmas tree, and I loved decorating this tree so much. It was one of the smaller trees that I've had. My current tree is much wider, but I loved all of the traditional colors on this tree. I mixed in reds and burgundies and golds. And then I also found this Burberry inspired ribbon that I just couldn't say no to. So there were lots of browns and warm tones as well. Now, some of you may not be aware, I have been a long time brand ambassador for Balsam Hill, and lots of the products that you'll see me sharing today are from Balsam Hill. I will have them linked in the description box, anything that's still available anyway. You'll see some of the captions and stuff. I had to download this video from my YouTube channel because I couldn't find the original assets in time to get this video out. But look at the little miniature lanterns in there, that ribbon. This tree was just so special. And for the first video in the 12 Days of Christmas, I told the story from our French bulldog, Theo's perspective. Some of you may not be aware, Theo is no longer with us. He crossed over the Rainbow Bridge earlier this year. But let me tell you, Theo was always a main character in our Christmas videos. And it brought me so much joy to sit down and edit this because we definitely have missed him. But to see him showing back up it's just been a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen this video, treat yourself. It's really just a creative way to share Christmas, and I'll have it linked in the description or on the back side of this video. And if I remember correctly, this is the first year I incorporated the wooden alpine village pieces from Balsam Hill. The stocking holders and the mantle pieces, not all of them are still available, but I will link what is still available. And this was my favorite shot from that year. The photographer had me spread my skirt out, and Theo just unprompted came and helped himself to have a seat right on my skirt. This was another fun tree. I wanted to share this one. It's such a simple tree, but this tree actually got some coverage in a magazine blog back then. And I think it was the collar around the tree that just gave it so much character. I know these are still available, and Balsam Hill is running a sale right now this summer, and you can use code Melonie50CAJ for $50 off your order of $250 and up. And I thought it would be fun to share some of the kids' trees that we've done in the past. We always do like a main tree upstairs where we put all of their little handmade decorations and pictures. And then when they were smaller, they had trees in their own rooms as well, where they could really express themselves. And I could still have my main tree vibe going on in the main room downstairs. This was a really gorgeous tree design in my oldest daughter's room. She wanted red and black, which I thought was going to be a challenge, but it ended up turning out really pretty. We used flock tree, and then we just incorporated, that was one of her costumes from when she was dancing. And then my youngest, this was a really fun little tree design for her. She wanted unicorn theme tree. So we picked out unicorn horns and unicorn ornaments and lots of pink. and fluffy. And this was just so much fun. It's so hard to believe that my kids are really practically grown now. The oldest is graduating from Florida State here in just about a week, and the twins will be 16 in the fall. Okay, next up, now this may surprise you, but I'm gonna share one of my least favorite tree designs. This was my 2023 tree. I experimented with incorporating my favorite color, purple, and the tree was actually, it was really pretty. I think every tree is gorgeous in its own way. I just don't think the tree was large enough for my family room. And I will say, my rep at Balsam Hill, she asked me at the time, she's like, Melonie, are you sure? Because this tree is not as full as the trees that you're used to. And I said, yeah, no, let's do it. And I also experimented with blues. And I just feel like those hues kind of got lost with that flock tree. So the ornaments were beautiful. The ribbon was gorgeous. It's just not something that I'm comfortable doing on my main tree anymore. So moving forward, you'll probably see me reuse those picks and the ribbon. I still have all those things, but it will most likely be like in my dining room where there are lots of hints of blues, or in my office where the purple can just kind of be about like some of the things that make me happy in my own space. I wanted to share some of my favorite holiday entertaining pieces with you. I love this marble tray and this dispenser. I've used them year after year and they're always a big hit. And they are still available. As a reminder, you can use my code right now to get $50 off your spend of $250 or more for Christmas during July. And here's a fun little holiday themed charcuterie board that I put together on this marble tray. Okay, if you've made it this far, it means you would like to see a preview of this year's garland. So let's get her opened. I am very excited about this one. So last year, if you were here, you remember, I was hoping to use the garland that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby on the mantle, but I couldn't get it to lay right. So I was really bummed about that. It worked out very well on the staircase, so I'll do something different with it on the staircase again this year. But for the mantle, you guys have seen me use that cascading garland year after year after year, and I am challenging myself to change it up this year because that cascading garland is gorgeous, but it's just time for a change. So it's been a long time since I have used a Balsam Hill garland, but I saw this one on the site and I was like, oh, I have to have it because it's going to give me a really nice base to do something super creative. All right, let's see. So this is the Cedar Woods garland, and it comes in a set of 2, and they're 10 feet long, which is fantastic because my mantle in the family room is huge. So I always need like a ton of garland to get the effect that I'm looking for. So you can see it coming out of the box here. Instruction manual. All right, it's tied down. Okay, this is the first one. Untie it. Wow, this is going to be amazing. I loved it because it looked really full. on the website. Now, one of the things that I say every year is that when your garlands arrive, when your tree arrives, when your wreath arrives, it arrives in a box and it's very compressed, as you can see here. You have to shape it for it to look like it looks in the catalog and on the website. Do we even make catalogs anymore? But you know what I mean. Like, you've got to do a little work to get it to appear the way it's supposed to appear. But already, wow, look how long it is. And this one is battery operated, okay? Now, I did look at that. Look at that. She is going to be gorgeous. I don't have my gloves on and I just got a manicure, so I don't want to do too much damage to my nails. But what I was going to say was I did look at the reviews and there were several customers that mentioned that they weren't happy with the battery life on this garland. So one thing that I would suggest is to make sure that, sorry, I know my mic's picking that up, but you want to make sure that you don't use the cheaper batteries. Get some good batteries. And then the other thing I would say is maybe consider hanging this in a place that's going to be easy for you to get to should you have to replace your batteries. I have to replace my batteries every season. It doesn't really matter what I'm using because my garland is up for 3 months. So there's no way a battery is going to last that long. These need AAAs, so I will be right back. All right, I grabbed some batteries. I also grabbed some gloves so I can play with this a little bit more without messing up my nails. But I was going to make a point to mention these Energizer Max batteries seem to give me the longest life for my holiday needs. So just wanted to throw that out there. Certainly leave in the comments. Okay, so this has a timer, or you can leave it on, or you can leave it off. Let me put these gloves on. But I already have some ideas on what I'm going to do with these garlands, and I'm excited. I'm excited to give it a try. So I just want to put these on and kind of... All right, there's another battery pack down here that I did not realize. So that's 2 battery packs for 1 garland. So that means you'll need 6 batteries. But I just wanted to give it a little shape. So this is the first piece. Now there's a second piece underneath in the box. So that's piece number 1. And then piece number 2 is in here on the bottom. So you can see how it came boxed. And for now, I'm going to put this back because I'm not quite ready to style it just yet. I need just a few more ones. So for now, it's big though. I love that. So many options. All right, so I will have this linked. Like I said, if you like it, it is on sale right now. And I'll have that in the description, and any of the other products that I featured today will be down there. And yeah, I'm excited. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you got at least one new idea or a happy memory, please give it a thumbs up, give it a hype, and consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, love and peace.